have LSU, ladies and gentlemen. LSU, this team right here. You want to lead us on LSU? You got anything special you want me to bring us out there again?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll start it off with LSU.
Go ahead.
LSU's coming back off a 10-3 campaign last year, 5-3 in the SEC. They got 7 on the offensive side and 8 returners on the defensive side, and they love their coach Ed Orgeron for the third year coming back. The team really loves this guy. They really do. Alumni, everybody. So basically, he's got senior quarterback coming back, Joe Burrow. He's an outside candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Now they got a little different look on the offense this year because they're going to run the RPO offense, which he used to run when he was a kid playing ball in high school and stuff. So this is the first look for him there. To me, I always thought he was more of a pocket style, big type, body passer. But they say he's got talent to run that offense. So we'll see how that goes. And I guess they surprised a lot of people this year. I mean, early on, they did score a bunch of points in their first game of the season, and they seemed like they ran up the score pretty good. Now, they got a running back prospect, John Emery Jr. He was the number 2 nationally ranked prospect to come in the running back role, so they look to get some good offensive production out of him. And their offensive numbers overall in the SEC are pretty average, but overall nationally they're like top 1/3 scoring. So they got a solid offensive unit, and they'll probably do what they do best there. On the defensive side of the ball, they've always been strong. They did lose Devin White. He was a Buckus Award winner in the draft. He's a first rounder. And cornerback Greedy, I love that name, Greedy Williams, right? He was an absolute shutdown corner. He's gone, but they do have some pretty deep units in the secondary. They rank 5th in the SEC and a top 25 unit overall on defense. So they got some good looks there. They're going to be the big matchup, obviously, is going to be when they match up with Bama on November 9th. They do have an outside shot to get in the playoffs if they can hold down. I say maybe like a 1-loss schedule, because they're gonna be one of those bubble teams, trying to crack that college playoff system, But they're gonna need some help, and they're gonna, like I said, they'll probably have to beat Alabama when they play them later in the season. I say with this new look offense and then lots of talent and a solid defense, and they got a pretty doable schedule. I think if you look at the schedule, I'm not on the page right now, but we'll look at that after when you break it down. But they have a pretty doable schedule, so I really like the look, a favorable schedule. We'll see how this new offense works out for them, and then a solid defense unit. They'll definitely be a contender in the SEC West, looking up to Bama. And maybe a top 2 team, top 1, top 2, possibly. So what you think about that?
Now, LSU is a team I really never have a great read on. Their offense kind of switches from year to year. They had Fournette. They were run heavy. They've had players where they've been pass heavy. They've had teams that have been rooted in the defense. It's just all over the place for LSU. I never can get a good grasp on them. But I'm hearing a lot in the media that they expect big things out of LSU. This could be the sleeper team. This could be the team that beats Alabama. All those type of good things about LSU, which is expected out of that conference, But looking into it from a capper's point of view, now this team responds really well to the coach Orgeron on this one. He's a really good guy. They rallied up to try to save his job several times. He went to LSU. They care about keeping him around. So last year they went to they came out and won 5 games straight, and this year they may do the same. They came out, they did a great job on Georgia Southern, and they made Georgia Southern look like they weren't nothing, but that's a team in their conference to be reckoned with for sure. Even though they only scored 3 points. Let me see here. They scored They scored, 3 points in the game versus LSU, but that may be a good look towards LSU defense. They've had really strong defenses in the past. Last year, the defense gave up 21.8 points a game. I expect this year for them to bring that down a tad bit. Now, the Achilles heel, as my man BigRagoo would say, is just big teams for this team right here. Last year, their losses came at Florida, Alabama, Texas A&M. You know, they got to win some big games. It's kind of like the Achilles heel for them. The big games is what kind of throws them off a little bit. And maybe that's why I don't have a good read at them, because by the time I watch a good game on them, it's on the big game, and I don't get to see exactly, you know, their good points and stuff. I just always kind of see them struggle. But one thing I must say is that they do play really good defense despite any of those situations, except for when they played Texas A&M with the 72-74. But other than
that game there was like a triple overtime game. That was a crazy game. I remember I was sitting at the bar watching that game last year, and you thought you had the game won, then they tie it, then they go for two, then you know how they do when they go to triple overtime. It was crazy. It was crazy. But that's why that score was so high in that game.
Now they're being led by a senior quarterback, which is something that, you know, I like that senior quarterback look. That's about it for LSU. Just going to keep my eye on them overall. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play against Texas this weekend. This is more of a shot for Texas to make a statement than LSU to, you know, LSU needs to just come out and handle business. For Texas, this could mean a lot to them with a victory in this one. So it's going to be exciting. This is going to be a true test for this team right here. Stay tuned to the Boss and the Sauce, closing line, our hangouts, all that good stuff, because we're probably going to be brushing up on this game a few more times.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yep, no doubt about it. That game's got a lot of different angles and a lot of different. That's another show right there.
Yeah, that's a show in itself right there. Just LSU versus Texas, because a lot of people are high on Texas this year. They had a nice run at the end of the season last year, and you know, a lot of people are high on LSU as well. You know, they got them. Yeah. They said they should be ranked top 5. We'll see when the report comes out this week.
Well, here's the thing that usually goes up with LSU. Usually they start out like in the teens, you know, like 12, 13. And then usually by the third, fourth week, they crack the top 10. You know, they have a key victory in there, or they do something really, really nice. And then they might regress a little bit when they go to play Bama or Auburn, you know, when Auburn was really, really good. But, yeah, this year they started out, you know, pretty high. So, and it's going to be a big spot for them coming up this week. So they can either make a big jump, or they can leap back, you know, the other way. So, or they, you know, maintain or just move ahead a little bit. We'll see. It's coming up this weekend. We'll be talking about it.
That's it right there on the Boss and the Sauce. I don't have really no extra words on LSU. You want to keep this party going, or you got anything else to say on this squad?
That's it. We'll keep rolling.